Hello everyone, this video is on how to make big MR jumps in the most efficient way possible, regardless of your starting MR level. I go over how to obtain a bunch of weapons to craft and level, and also the best ways to level Warframes and weapons. I recently jumped from MR 23 to 27, and I learned a lot on the way that I want to share with you. I'm sure there's something everyone in this video can learn from, so let's get right into it. The whole premise of this is to stockpile weapons and Warframes into your foundry. I have about 50 weapons right now. I'm almost done leveling all the Warframes in the game, so I really don't have any of those. But what you're stockpiling them for is this affinity event that's coming up, or any affinity event, depending on when you're watching this. I don't know. I don't start stockpiling when I know there's an event coming. I just only stockpile to only level during events because it saves you the most time. So there's a 3-day affinity booster from November 18th to November 21st. And I'm assuming that means it's just passive. They're not giving you a booster. I really hope not. Oh, I gotta go this way. So, assuming that it's a passive booster and not just one they're gifting you, you come here and buy another one, and it'll give you a 4x boost. So that's basically the fastest way you can level things, and it wastes the least amount of time. You'll hate your life for the 3 days that you're leveling this stuff, but it's pretty worth it in the end, I feel like. And it's I guess the least amount of time investment. So I'll show you how to get a ton of things to level. The easiest way first is coming to the market here, and you'll need a bunch of credits. So run like the index or profit taker or just whatever you can at whatever level you're at to get the most credits possible. And you're gonna go to these weapon tabs, and the first one I want to show you. So if you hide all items without a blueprint, that's not what you want to do. The reason you don't want to sort by hide items without blueprints, because it'll get rid of a weapon like this, where you can just buy it for credits. So make sure you at least go through and buy all the credit items first. And then you'll just be able to level these up, like straight up. You might want to wait until you're ready to level them up so they're not taking up space in your inventory. But then you can like hide items without a blueprint, and then you go through and just buy all the blueprints. You just go through each one and buy all the blueprints. So you can make them and just store them in your inventory. You do this with secondaries. You do the same thing with primaries. You can also hide the ones that you already mastered. I mastered them all, so I don't have any. So in case you've already done some of this, then you won't buy them again. And then also it'll show you like the mastery emblem somewhere. Yeah, it says it right there. Melee weapons. You can do melee weapons. And then also you go over here to companions and you actually click on the companions tab. And there's a few companions in here that you can buy their blueprint for, like the carrier. These cost like so little too, and they give you so much, well, they cost little to make, but they cost a lot of credits. But they give you a lot of MR. They give you like 6,000 for the Sentinel and then 3,000 for the weapon that comes with it. So make sure you look through all these and buy them too. And then the next place is the Clan Dojo. So we'll go there real quick. So at the Clan Dojo, you have all these labs that you can go to and get weapons from. You basically just sort by primary. And again, you just go through here, replicate blueprint, and then buy them all. These usually take Forma and then like the faction specific whatever to make it that field drawn there. This faction specific resource, I guess it would be. And you can buy blueprints to make these. And I would suggest doing this like last, like if these are the last weapons that you have to like rank up in bulk, I would buy these because you can make one every 12 hours. So you just passively get a bunch of these and then you can just make the weapons as you get enough. But otherwise, if you're a new player and you don't have a lot of credits to spend on those, you just do these invasions to get them. Like you get Detonite Injectors is for the Grenier, Field Drons is for the Corpus, and then there's Mutagen Masses here somewhere. Okay, there's not. That's weird. But usually there's like an infested, some kind of mission where you get Mutagen Masses for the infested weapons. Also, for those clan weapons, you need a lot of Forma. Eventually, they were like the last things I had to level up, so I just fucking ripped the band-aid off and bought a bunch of Forma bundles. I think I bought like like 10 to 12 to like 20. I don't know. I just did so many and just crafted all the weapons to level, and it was definitely worth it. I'm not going to sit there and farm that much Forma and wait for it all to craft. Just farm plat and it's much quicker probably. I would think so. So here on Cetus, the guy with all the Zaws, you can level these up for Mastery Rank 2. The only things that give Mastery Rank are the strikes, the head of the weapon. The grips and links don't give anything. So you go through and just buy all of those. It's starting here and then through this, this row. It's all these. And then you buy all of those, and then you'll need a grip to craft them. I highly suggest the J-App or the Krustra, depending on what you have. If you have a lot of steel, just go with this one. If you're missing steel and have a lot of Breath of the Eidolon shards, just grab like a bunch of these. There's 11 Zaws in total, including the 2 infested ones, the Plague Kripath and the Plague Kiwar, which you can get right now from the Knights of Nabarus event. For mother tokens, they're really easy to get. So buy 11 of these or 11 of these. And then for the link, either buy this one. It's the cheapest in standing wise, but it takes a lot of pyrotic alloy, which means you have to farm a lot of cryotic from excavation fissures. Or buy this one. It costs more standing, but not cryotic. It costs the copyright. So it's up to you. Buy 11 of them. And then you just go to your foundry, craft all the strikes. Then over a lot of time, or I think it's like an hour per each grip and link, so it's not terrible to craft them all. You craft 11 of those, and then you just go back to this guy to forge the Zaw together to level it. I was just explaining the idea of how to just farm for mastery, just buy the cheapest stuff. That's pretty obvious, but you can do this for the amps in Cetus and Fortuna. You can do it for the kick guns in Fortuna and Deimos. You can do it for the Moas in Fortuna, the K-Drives in Fortuna, and the Deimos pets, the Predacite and the Vulpaphyla. Each of those things are like the crafting open world stuff. Oh, and one important thing that I totally forgot to almost mention is the first time you level it up, it gives you no standing. You have to come and guild it. So come and guild it, level it up again. You got to level it up twice to get the standing from it. It sucks. If you've already done all this and don't know what to level up, you can just go to your profile and go to equipment, and it'll basically show you like everything you've leveled or haven't. So just go through and start like looking up things on how to get them, and then just get them. Okay, so I hope that gave you a bunch of ideas on things to stockpile to level for this event. And now I'm going to tell you on how I suggest leveling them. For Warframes, I highly suggest doing the stealth leveling method that I have a video on. It's by far the fastest. You run it one time with this event going on, and your Warframe's maxed. It's so awesome. I love it. But the only issue is that it costs a lot of oxides, because to put silence on your Warframe, it costs a lot of oxides. So to feed your Helminth, I basically just repeat the salvage over and over. Like I do the alloy plate when I have the green, and then the oxides. And then when it's in the red, you just go to this. If you do Eidolon's hunts, you'll do a lot of sentient cores. If you don't, you'll just be limited by this. I highly suggest not getting rid of ferrite. It's for ciphers, or you might not have a lot of these. Don't get rid of oxium ever. You need to do railjack for those. And then I guess gallium. I wouldn't do a bunch of it, but you can do a little. But again, I leveled 20 Warframes in 1 week, so I was just sacrificing salvage by the thousands. You just get rid of it, and then feed them 2 of those. Do that, 2 of those, and it like maxes you out. All right, and for leveling your weapons, I have a few methods. And if you don't know how affinity works in this game, go watch someone else's video on that and like come back, and it'll help maybe make you understand like some of the things I say. I'm not going to cover it because this video is probably already going to be like decently long and kind of talky, because I usually do scripted videos and I'm just YOLOing this. But okay, so the first leveling method for weapons, I would maybe suggest, it's the best one, it can be the fastest, it has the highest peaks, but it's inconsistent and annoying, is Elite Sanctuary Onslaught. It's because it's very dependent on other people. the most optimal thing would be for like a Mirage on your team to be setting down like those like landmines that she can do with her augment, because it just destroys enemies and hundreds of enemies will die in minutes. And you can probably during this event level 3 weapons in the first round of Elite Sanctuary Onslaught, which is like 3 minutes. It's by far the highest peak. But if you're just one person and you don't have like a group of people to like coordinate with, you're not going to find these people all the time. You're going to be getting in lobbies with other people leveling their weapons, and you'll all just be sitting there with your dicks in your hands, just waiting for someone to get a kill, but you're not because the weapon's not leveled, and then you're just going to leave and waste time. Depending on the faction that's in the first round is super important. If it's infested, you're going to get 0 XP, and you have to wait for Grenier. So if it's Grenier, this is great to do for the first round because you'll just start leveling your weapon like crazy right away. And then yeah. Oh, and sometimes people don't even join. Sometimes people aren't even playing this. Crossplays helped. I'm on Xbox. Crossplays helped immensely. It used to be if I played in the morning, I would never find anyone in this. It's just impossible. No one plays. So what I do most of the time is play on Hydron. The good old Hydron. Love that place. Love staring at those walls, the same 4 walls all the time. And for this, I play Zephyr because you don't need anyone to have a competent brain. What's a weapon? Do I have a bad weapon? Let me see. Sorry. Okay, this. Do I even put mods on it? What if I just don't put mods on it? Because I know if you're like MR2, you're not gonna have mods. Do I matter ion? No. Okay, so I won't be doing extra damage. So I'll be Zephyr. Alright, I'll show you my build first. This is my build. Put on the helmet, put this thing, Spectrinage and Spectre Siphon. You get a lot of energy. This is how you keep casting your abilities. Or you can use Equilibrium with Synth Fiber and Synth Deconstruct on your pet. And then I'm just going to run this solo. Just so you have the understanding of why you run Zephyr. People will run whatever they want here. People will run the worst weapons, the worst frames. They'll be leveling inefficiently. It's honestly just you're stuck with dum-dums 90% of the time, and people don't know what they're doing. So this is why I do this. Because Zephyr can just carry the entire game with whatever you have. It doesn't matter. So I'm just going to do this so I have all my abilities. That, and you just hit your tornadoes. That's all you do. Enemies are dying. I don't have mods on this. I have no mods. No mods. You just run around, punch your tornadoes, get infinite energy, and that's all you gotta do for 10 minutes. And during the event, you'll level 2 weapons. That's all you do. Novo, if there's a Nova on your team, you're super happy because it gets people in your tornadoes faster. Other people who have shitty weapons can just shoot your tornadoes also. It's by far the most stress-free you'll be. You can basically AFK. Like I'll close my eyes and walk in a circle and just press B a few times. Am I doing it? I'm doing it. Yep. Okay. I was doing it. There wasn't tornadoes down, but I was in the right spot. Yeah. You can just watch a video and just punch tornadoes, and you'll level 2 weapons as long as you switch between them. So like you got to make sure like this weapon's at level 3. Imagine I'm leveling this gun too. It would be at like 1 or something. So you got to switch to this and make sure you keep them pretty even up until like level 20. You check your progress to see your actual weapon level. And when you just got to keep them even because it does get pretty tight. Like if you're leveling 2 weapons at once. But yeah, this is like the most stress-free thing. I'm really not paying attention to my game at all. So I highly suggest doing this. Again, dum-dums will make the game really annoying and like sit in weird spots and block enemies, and it's fucking pain. If you run Nova, which would essentially speed up a defense mission, that would be like optimal, but other people fuck it up, and then you have to like pay attention actually aiming at enemies and things, and this is nice. This is very nice. Okay, so I suggest, this is what I do. This is probably what I'll do. Maybe I'll look at Elite Sanctuary Onslaught and see how it's going with people. But I probably will just be doing that for this level up fest. The only other leveling method for weapons that I know of is doing the Banshee Gloom method. You it's basically like the Warframe leveling method with Savage Silence, but you also put on Gloom, so the enemies like are in their stun for an ultra long time, and then you just kill them with a weapon. Nightmare Frame has a video on this. I suggest checking it out. I use his exact build basically, and this method works really well. The only problem is you have to have a weapon that kills Grineer at like level 30 like pretty fast. So if you're leveling like a meta weapon, then this is really good. But if you're just leveling a trash weapon like this or something, then it's not what you want to do. So again, Hydron's probably the most consistent, most just dull, horrible way to level, but it's probably the best. Also, for your pets you want to level, you just level them whatever way you just put them on at the same time. They don't take away your affinity from your weapons, they just get their own affinity. So you just have them on during any of these leveling methods, and you'll level them up like passively along with whatever you're doing. If you're leveling a pet, like just that's all you're leveling, it's all that you have left, then I would suggest doing the stealth Warframe leveling method. That's probably the best. For Archwings, let me think. The Archwings, you just run this mission. It's this one. It's this node on Neptune. It's mobile defense. You just run this mission on Archwing and just do it in a public lobby. Maybe someone join, maybe someone won't. It'll give you more XP if they do. There's one Archwing that has like a nuke for an ult that will level up your Archwing faster if you get kills with it. There's one Archwing that does no damage. It's like purely medic related. You just got to kill stuff with your gun and it takes a long time. But that's how you level Archwings. You level Archguns by just pulling them out, and Hydron, same idea as a regular weapon. So, thanks for watching. I hope this helps. I hope this helps you get a big MR jump. If you get a huge MR jump, please brag about it in the comments. I would love to see that. I'll probably only get to like 28, 29 this time. I'm going for Legendary 2 eventually, but that's still a ways down the road. All right. Thanks for watching. Just feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. See ya.